Hello everyone, this is Maxim Belgoy at George Washington University, and today I'm going to show you how to create a custom map for your museum in PolicyMap. We're going to go through it in 4 steps, and the first thing you want to do is log in, and you want to do that through the Gelman Library. So first search for PolicyMap, and it'll show up as a database, and at this point you want to sign in to the GW library. You'll actually be signing in twice, and now you can go to the database, and you'll know you're in the right spot when a map appears. So here's PolicyMap, and you'll know you've registered through GW because the logo appears in the upper right-hand corner. You're also going to log in. If you don't have already an account, you'll want to create one. I have one, so I'm just going to type it in. And if you logged in there as well with an account, your name shows up in the corner, and that'll allow you to save your work as you move along. So now that we're logged in, let's locate your museum. And we're going to be using the Gamble House in Pasadena as our case study. It's a great historic house museum. And so we're going to use the data loader. This is not obvious, but this is where you add points to the map. I'm going to call the name of the data set, because you can add more than one point, the Gamble House. And you can share it with just yourself or anybody at the university. You can change the shape, size, and color. So I'm going to make it stand out by making a red star. And then I'm going to add points. Add the points at the middle of the screen. You can just add the address. And you'll see that you don't need all the parts. Usually need a street address, city and state, but the zip code is optional because it can figure out where it is just from that information. And there it is. It's the right location. I'm going to call it the Gamble House. And you'll see that that point appears in the lower right-hand corner, and there it is in the red star. So now let's move from the data loader over to maps, and then we can see it appear on the map. When you return to the map page, the first thing you'll probably ask yourself is, where's my museum? To add your museum, go up to My Data in the upper right-hand corner, and then look for your data point. Then it will show up on the map, and will also show up in a legend in the upper right-hand corner. You can get this out of the way somewhat, but the other thing you can do is eliminate points with it. So you need to add it back in again, obviously. But in this case, I'm actually going to make some changes using the Edit button. And I want to change it from a red star to a larger blue star so that it shows up better. Then I want to save it, say OK, and then go back to the map. And once again, it's not there, so you have to add that data point. And voila, there it appears. So now let's customize the map. And you want to go down to Map Boundaries. There's a menu at the bottom, lots of things to choose from. But I'm always interested in public transit lines, for example. And here you can see that the gold line appears, the metro line. But I'm going to do school districts. So I'm doing something with school programs. I want to know what districts I'm going to be working with. And here are the school districts outlined in black. And their names are in the middle of it. And you can zoom this in and out so you can see more. But this is really, really busy. So I'm going to simplify this map a bit by getting rid of unnecessary information. I'm going to keep the highways and roads, but I'll get rid of the parks and water features. And that makes it a little easier to see. So there's the map. The final thing we're going to do is download this map so you can use it in a report. And here you want to go to print. Again, confusing. You're going to export your work. You want to choose a good file name. I usually start with the word map so I know what kind of item it is. So this is for the map of the Gamble House with the school districts. This is the name it will have on your computer when you save it. And then you could put a title at the top of the map as well, and you'll see as I entered it, it'll show up at the top. You got to clean it up a little bit and get exactly the text that you want. And because it's obviously a map, I'm going to get rid of that word. Don't need to say it's a map. It also has other things you can add, these other legends, and I actually find them cluttery, and because I'm going to talk about that in the caption to explain what it is, and in the text, and I also find the title to be cluttery. I work with PNGs, and so that's the output that I want. And I'm going to slightly adjust my map, and I can even go in further or closer depending on what I need. And then finally, I'm going to export it. Now, exporting does take a while. There are large files, and it could take 30 seconds, which can feel like an eternity on the internet. But here it is for you to take a look at. It's pretty good quality at almost 8 megabytes. And you can use this in your reports that you need. There you go.